'78, the Celtics were bad, and Red maneuvered himself. He had 2 picks.
Everybody kept talking about Larry Bird, Larry Bird. They are all high on Larry Bird, so there must be something to it.
Our management team, Coach Auerbach, Jan Volk, all sat down and said, look, we'd come off some woeful years, dismal years, and Larry told them after meeting with him that he's coming back for his senior year.
The rule at that time was that if you didn't declare for the draft, you became eligible for the draft upon the graduation of your class. You didn't have to graduate.
But most people did not want to make that pick because you have nothing for a year, and then if you don't sign him, he goes back into the draft. So it was a gamble. Red thought he could talk the guy into it. He thought he could go the year without the player.
But we were ideally positioned to take Larry that year, whereas others were not. But for the most part, the teams picking in front of us were concerned. They only had 1 pick. They needed to get a player that could play and could play then.
The unanswered question that Red Auerbach took to his grave, really, and never satisfied me, was would he have done what he did if he did not have 2 picks in the top 8? He had the 6th pick in the draft and the 8th pick in the draft, and therefore he could take a chance on waiting for a guy such as Larry Bird.
There was another team, however, that had 2 picks in the first round in fairly close proximity, and that was Portland. But Portland was burdened to one degree by having the number 1 pick, and they couldn't take Larry. They couldn't risk losing a player. Not only might you lose him for the year, you might not get him at all because the rights only lasted for a year.
Once the season was over, and now the signing process went on, that was a daily soap opera story. He took Bob Wolf as an agent, and people were threatening, if he doesn't get Bird signed, there's going to be garbage on the lawn, there's going to be, there's going to be all this, and he had tremendous pressure to get Bird signed.
Yeah, it kind of came down to the last few days of it, and of course it might have been Larry just kind of being Larry type of thing and saying, I'll keep everybody in suspense for a little bit too.
It turns out that the offer we made was the highest rookie contract at that time in any sport. But there was kind of an interesting thing that happened as we were negotiating the final terms or doing the drafting. Bob came into the office without Larry. He came in, and I was there with Red, and he handed Red a sheet of paper which on it had a list of bonuses. And the one at the top was that he got a bonus, let's say $50,000 for making the all-rookie team. Red looked at it and says, now let me get this straight. We're going to pay the largest rookie contract in the history of professional sports, and for that we don't even get him making the all-rookie all-star team? And Red ceremoniously just ripped it up, threw it away, and says, I don't think so. And negotiations continued, and we got a deal.
What it did was really show that Red was ahead of most of the general managers and owners in that he was thinking long term. So Red was 10 steps ahead of everybody else, utilizing that little side in the rules.
The rule quickly changed, or a short time after changed after that. And yeah, maybe we were one of the last teams to do it, but okay, we go out with a bang. Oh, you get Larry Bird out of the deal. We'll take that. So.